Bam, bam, bam. We're live at Skip Happens, everybody. Skip Clark, the host of Skip Happens, along with my good friend, founder, and the president of the official country music fan club. Country music
Good evening, everyone.
and our guest tonight, boy, I couldn't wait to talk to her. This is going to be so cool. She is a member of CMT's Next Women of Country. She is on the Rebel Engine recording label. She is in the top 10 of, for female airplay. And that means she's on the radio a lot. And I'm pretty excited. Let's see here. She's also, excuse me, Stephanie, because I do have to read this. She has been on the Grand Ole Opry. She's been on the Ryman Auditorium stage. She has been a special guest host with the ACMs, the CMT Awards, the CMA Award, Red Carpet Situation Program, and a Wrangler Network, Circle Network. Okay, there's just too much to talk about.
Ooh, amazing.
We're getting there, guys. We're getting
Congratulations.
there.
That is fantastic.
In there. Oh, my God. Look at this bio.
Yeah.
You got some good people behind you. Stephanie, how are you? It's good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you guys. It's amazing to be able to do this virtual wild world in which we live. It's very incredible. It's great to see you guys.
You know, the last time we actually met in person, we were at the Destiny Mall, and we were doing a radio station event.
Yeah.
And you played for a lot of our listeners, and then you went for a ride on those little animals. I can't think of the name of those little animals at the mall, but we had so much fun.
They're like little motorized animals.
And
it was just a riot. We had so much.
Like, there's Stephanie. There goes.
Yeah.
Here comes Stephanie. There goes.
I bet you they don't have them anymore now. I bet you they won't.
No, that's right. That's right. Wow.
They won't be able to keep up with cleaning them. That's my guess.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a whole new ballgame right there. Hey, Stephanie, Quayle, if you don't mind, tell us where are you and describe your surroundings to everybody.
Well, I hope you really appreciate this brick wall behind me because
I do. I actually like it.
I just want you to know that that's because of this is sticker wallpaper.
Don't tell anybody that.
No, I need people to know because if I can do it, anyone can. So I'm actually in our farmhouse, which on our farm in North Carolina, and I have a little office here, and this is where I'm doing this from. Usually I'm in the barn, but there was a thunderstorm today and our electricity went out, so we would not have been able to do this in there. But this is, so yeah, I'm in North Carolina. I've been here since about the middle of March, and just been virtually doing all the things from here and helping out on the farm, which has been really sweet because my husband and I, when we started dating, we've always commuted to see each other. So this is the first time in the history of our relationship that we've been together, for more than 2 weeks. And we really like each other.
It's only been 2 weeks.
No. Like we've only been together like maximum 2 weeks. So we've been together like almost 6 months now. I said to him the other day, I was like, I really like you.
Wait, how long you married, you said? A couple years?
We've been married. I don't know what just happened. The computer just started going crazy. We've been married 5 and 3 months, 5 years.
Oh, wow, that long. Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean that long? Five. What, 5 years or 5 months?
5 years.
Okay, that's nothing.
Yeah. No, we're brand new.
Yes, you are. You're brand new. You're still newlyweds, for crying out loud. You're still on the honeymoon.
Oh my gosh, it's been really fun to just be like, oh, this is what you do with your days. This is how you do your coffee and your lunch. Because usually when we see each other, it's like such like I'm either flying in from somewhere and he's coming out to a show. So it's been really nice to,
Hey, I got to tell you, the other day I was on, and maybe it was a couple of weeks ago now, but the way time is going by so fast, you wouldn't think it would go by so fast. Sure. But it is. It's flying. You were on Kelly Clarkson's show.
Yes.
And I look and I see a Facebook Live, and I'm like, hey, Stephanie. And then you couldn't say anything. You were just like waving.
I was just freaking out.
Tell us about that. That's pretty neat.
So super cool. She and I have been, passing ships through the years, and she was out in Montana and I'm from Montana, and she's got ties to North Carolina and, of course, Nashville. So it was super fun. We shot the music portion of it in Nashville in a studio, and then the little interview was in my barn with my miniature animals. Wow. And it was one of those things of like, well, anything could happen. And it was a wild meeting her for the first time through Zoom, you know. And but she's tremendous. She is as cool as you think times a million. She is exactly who she is, and she's just awesome.
When I saw you that day, you were glowing. I could just tell. I go, what's going on? Oh my gosh, you know. And
it's so cool.
And oh, by the way, just before we carry on here, Ella just said hello. And
Hi, Ella.
Yep, Ella, we were talking about you before we turned the mics on. So I'm just saying, but it was all good.
It was all good. I can vouch for you.
It was all very good. Exactly. But all right. So Kelly Clarkson, that was cool. I said you were glowing, and you were. And but that's not all that you've done. Tell us, take us back a little bit and tell everybody about Stephanie Quayle.
Oh my gosh, how far are we going?
You know, I mean, your choice, but just kind of fill us in, bring us up to date.
For sure. Well, I think that I would love, you know, just looking, you know, as you were reading off my bio, because I never really stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, like, we got to do the Kelly Clarkson show, and then it was like, okay, now we got to go record, and we got to keep going and keep going. And I think that, you know, when I first moved to Nashville, 2011, wow. You know, November 2011. And I remember just having these ideas, and then throwing out everything I thought I knew, and just from the ground up, just learning the business and falling in love with the song, the act, the craft of songwriting, and going to so many different rounds and just seeing that. I mean, you guys see it all the time, because you see artists and they're just, you know, their guitar or whatever. And that was such a new experience for me to really understand the magnitude of what a song can do.
Right.
And so then, you know, just navigating, and all through the years, I mean, when Drinking with Dolly went to the radio, I mean, that was my first country, you know, school at the radio, and at the Facebook.
At the Facebook, on the Facebook.
It's new for me today.
We got it.
What? But yeah, and just the power of, you know, looking at how that song not only was then the first song that I sang at the Grand Ole Opry, which is a glorious tribute to the women of country music, written by Rachel Proctor and Victoria Banks. And then that leading to me performing at Dolly Parton's 50th anniversary of being a member.
Right. Listen. Drinking with Dolly, right?
Sometimes I think
you know it.
I know it. A little taste of it right there. I love it. I've got your whole library here. So
it's so amazing. So when I look back at the songs, you know, and the moments that have just, it's just incredible. And the fans, I mean, you know, Drinking with Dolly was the first song that I really watched our fan family just explode. Just the flock of quail. They came out and
the flock of quail.
Oh, okay. We are doing this, and so it's just been incredible to experience. I mean, back in 2017, I got to perform for the 5 former living presidents.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, and tell us about that. How? I mean, they're all living. And you were able to perform for all 5.
Yeah. First of all, I felt like Forrest Gump, okay? Because I like I'm a Quayle, you know, like that's my last name. And so, you know, I was like, I wonder if they think like I'm a different Quayle. And
you must get that question though.
I do. And it was really wild because, you know, before everyone performed, we had the opportunity to meet the presidents, and we all got our pictures taken with them. And I remember telling my husband, David, I'm like, listen, we cannot screw this up because we haven't performed yet. Like, we can't get kicked out of here. And everyone was so gracious and so kind, and everyone coming together for the people, you know, and it was just really wild. And then, you know, I get up on stage and I'm performing, and I come off the stage and I'm just like, this is so surreal. And all the presidents were in the very front row.
Oh my God.
I thought that would be like, in some place where you can't see them.
How did you
know,
I was going to ask that. How do you get that job?
how do you get that? I have no idea. I mean, we have an incredible team, and you hear about opportunities and you get involved, and that's how it happened. It wasn't just I didn't just show up, but it was really, really tremendous to have the opportunity. And then as the presidents, once I saw them in the front row, well, I had met them earlier, so we're now all friends, and so I'm like walking across the stage. I'm like, oh, hey guys. Like, what? You don't say hey guys to the presidents. And so I had no idea that I even had said that to them until after, when my team was like, hey guys. Lady Gaga's up there and all her, she's like, hello, Mr. President. And then she'd play a couple notes on the piano, and then she's like, hello, Mr. President. And then there's me. Hi guys.
I'd be like you. If even that, I don't know if I'd even be able to speak. I'd just be so intimidated and like, oh my God, what do we do?
It was really phenomenal. And just, it still blows my mind. I mean, we have the picture with all of them, and just kind of looking back on that history. And my grandfather served in the House of Representatives in Montana for years and years and years. So that was my only real insight into that side of politics. And it was really, all I could think about was my grandpa. Honestly, got off the stage, I was like, he would be so proud of this moment. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think it's better that you are yourself, like, hi guys, versus being very formal and this and that, because it just kind of shows that you're just relaxed, and they're people too. They're presidents, but they're people.
With this one.
I don't know how I would be able to do that. As I mentioned minutes ago, I'd feel so intimidated. I know I do the radio thing, and I talk to great artists like you and others, and I'm fine. We're friends. We have a great conversation. Yeah. But if I'm in the presence of somebody like one of the presidents, I think I'd be like, hey, not knowing what to say.
There's definitely I think every one of us were just all kind of like, we all stood up, we're like, okay. And there's the Secret Service. So it was just really fascinating to watch the whole, I kind of just felt like an accidental fly on the wall.
Hey, let me ask you, you mentioned the Secret Service. Yeah. They give everybody a code name. And I just, was it Kamala Harris, who is now the VP candidate with Biden. I do know that, Biden. And but her code name is Pioneer. So if they were to give you a code name, what do you think it would be? Or what would you want? That's a great question.
Good one. I mean, my first instinct is probably Cowboy.
There you go. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, mine would probably be Cowboy. Then you don't know, right? You're like, is it a guy? You don't know. Is it a girl?
Right.
You don't know. Cowboy.
I
love it. Oh my gosh. I just had to throw that out there. It got me thinking a little bit when you mentioned
Why, Skip, do you know what your name? Did you say?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd go with Quayle.
I love it. You just throw them all for a loop.
How about you, Deb?
I would probably pick a Disney name, to be honest with you. Oh. I just love all the Disney.
Like a character.
Yeah, like a character, like Jasmine from Aladdin.
There you go.
I wanted to don't want to get.
I could be a princess for a day. What the heck?
Yeah, well, you're a princess every day, so that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Aww, super sweet.
That was my nice moment. Now let's get back to the podcast.
Are you guys finding that I don't know about you, but like when Dolly came out that she's having a Christmas album coming out in early October, did you all start planning Christmas already? Because in my mind,
yes,
I'm running toward Christmas.
Everything is ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on with this quarantine, the pandemic and all that, everything is ahead of schedule. Even with our local coffee shop, I don't know, we have Dunkin' here.
Yeah.
And
I'm familiar.
Okay, good. That's my stop every day, if not once, twice. But they are now out with their pumpkin spice.
Really?
And it's only, at least here they are in central New York. So that went out. I think it came out today. It's either today or tomorrow, and the pumpkin spice will be on the market. So
isn't it usually like the beginning of October?
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, I mean, it does bring joy. Everyone, you get the little candles going. You have a little chai tea. You get like that. Those smells. It's just good stuff.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
don't laugh, but I already did start buying a few things for Christmas. So
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I might do Christmas cards this year.
hey, yeah, I might actually too. I'll be around to do it.
Wow, I'm impressed. I keep saying I'm going to do it early, but I never do. But my sister will shop for Christmas. Like once we wrap up one Christmas, she's already starting for the following year.
Wow.
So I'll bet you my sister Cheryl right now is all done with her shopping. You could probably go look in her closet and all the gifts would be there.
And are they already wrapped, or are they
No,
just?
I don't know if they would be wrapped.
No, but if they're purchased, that's half your battle.
He's a coupon fanatic, and if the after Christmas sales and all that stuff, and now of course I don't know, she does a lot online, don't we all? But who knows? But my sister is like that, and I'm impressed that you're ahead of the game a little bit.
I'm just I sing Christmas songs like when I don't know what to do, when I can't like take any more activity in my brain.
Have you done a Christmas album by any chance?
No, not yet. One of these years.
I just
we usually put out we'll put out like a little video or something fun.
Okay.
I've got a few. Every time I go home to Montana for Christmas, which is almost every year, I start writing little Christmas ditties, but nothing to the point of where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do an album.
Kelsey Parker is watching. Says it's never too early for Christmas. So.
Kelsey is amazing. Huge shout out to her. She's just precious. We love you, Kelsey.
Very cool. I would assume she's one of your fans, or
part of the flock. Absolutely.
And I love that you call your fan club the flock.
Oh yeah, we have hand gestures. It's amazing. It actually happened at a show. We were doing a listener show, and one of the listeners in the front row didn't say a word, and he just went like this. And I was like, oh, it worked. Like, we have a secret, not secret, handshake, bird shake, Quayle. It's so fun.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm honestly, guys, like, I love that we can do this, but I just tell you, I cannot wait to be in the same room because we can, because it's safe, because there's a way, and just be able to experience what happens with live music. There's nothing like it.
So you mentioned before we went live how you had the opportunity to get with your band for the first time in, what'd you say, at least 6 months or more?
Yeah.
So.
It was surprisingly, I was surprised of how emotional it was for me. Because I've been doing virtual shows, like so many, since being here on the farm. And just when we all got together and were able to be in the same room, and no one, we weren't playing for people because it was a virtual concert that they'll be using at a later date. It got me. And in one of the songs that I perform, there's a lyric about, performing because, I get to do this because people trust me.
Right.
That was the line, you guys, that just took a hold of me. And I had to just pull it together because it was, I think that, we are so used to having it so readily available. We could go see shows whenever we want, and there's shows everywhere, and you can go here and you can go there. And for the first time, we've all been, put in this moment of pause. And it really just makes you appreciate, and just the band, and just getting to, just hear how they're doing. I was driving back from Nashville. I stopped at a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks. I feel like I was on radio.
Great.
Like, all the places we go, and so funny. The band's laughing at me.
Well, there's a step in the right direction, though, right? At least.
Yeah.
I love that. Let me ask you, when it comes to performing with the band, in that type of situation, putting aside, that one line and all that, but to perform for nobody with nobody in front of you, is that difficult to do? We see these shows like Garth put his concert on the big screen, and Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani and Trace Adkins did it. Are those hard to do when you don't have an audience, when you don't have anybody to play off of?
Yes, because that give and take that happens from the fans, the artist fans, there's nothing like it. And so you emote and you're wondering, like, is it connecting? Does it matter? I mean, I think the thing about music is it's so healing, and we all go for it for whatever our reasons are, and we seek that refuge in it. So to not know if it's giving someone that, and you can see it, you can watch on fans' faces, and in this case, you can't.
Right.
It was just a hope and faith, like hoping and trusting it's all going to, really be
some
that
good acting.
Yeah.
Well, almost when you're shooting. I'm sorry, I can't. Every time Skip goes to say
we have a
something.
little bit of a delay, but it's okay. It's all good. Go ahead, Deb.
Well, when you're shooting a video, do you have the same feeling, or is it a different feeling knowing that that was a different situation?
Meaning a music video?
Mm-hmm.
So my experience with music videos is, it depends on the sentiment of the song. For example, Whatcha Drinkin Bout, because it was an all-night shoot, and we only had like one night on my crazy schedule to where we could go shoot the video. And husband is in it, and it was so much fun. You just sing the song over and over and over again. And I just don't trust my lip syncing skills at all. So I sing it.
Good for you.
I sing it. And they're always like, you don't have to. I'm like, no, I do. I really do. So it doesn't have that delay, but it's a different thing because, you're so focused on capturing that 3 minutes to say whatever that lyric is trying to depict, or the scene or whatever. Filming a live performance, I'm a lot less in my head about what's coming out. I feel like if the music is the most important, is the emotion behind the music. And all you can take an imperfect musical moment if you feel something. If we talk about like that, did it change your chemistry? When you hear a song and you're like, oh, like why did it just that impact? So I find that when I'm performing live music, for the sake of capturing that, I'm thinking more about like the emotion of the song and making that comes through. Music video, I'm more thinking like, okay, do I look like am I singing like this?
Well, plus, I wasn't thinking that you're singing the same song over and over and over to capture certain things on film versus this is a different experience for your audience. So
it's really,
I wasn't connecting.
No, but I mean, there's so many different ways. And I think that over the course of the last 6 months, I've really learned how to be flexible and adapt, because everything is so unique to every little situation. Even just, we did season 1, season 2 will be coming in the fall. Our little show we created called Hey Y'all, in my barn with my miniature animals. And it's just a feel good show, and just, like a live little broadcast. And we're just, sharing what's going on in the world, trying to lift, people up. And, I'd have a donkey jumping over my hay desk, or one of my animals deciding to do his business.
Well, it happens. Not much you can do about that.
There's nothing you can do.
Right.
And I think there's something really thrilling about live, because there, as you guys know, like there's a lot of room for just life.
Yeah, agree. That's why I said you might hear some doors slamming while we're talking. Sorry, that's life.
Or dog barking. I've got 2 dogs and what have you. But, you're talking about how important the music is, and how you love it so much and everything that you do. And I don't know if Well, hopefully you do. Artists like you and other artists are so very important to the rest of us. And especially during this time where we don't have anything else. And what are we doing? We're listening to music. It's the artist, it's the music, and it's our dogs that are getting us through that are getting us through this quarantine.
Yeah.
And I get it. I understand that you are in a situation where you really can't get out and play, and we feel for you, but your music is still there. And what we're doing here tonight is still, we're bringing you forward and putting you in front of our viewers and listeners, because it's so very important during this time that we have people like you and performing great songs. What you drinking about? I'm drinking about the pandemic. I'm just saying.
Me too.
More so than ever before.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying that's how important people like you are.
Wow.
And you're a very well-established artist. We've talked to some really new artists, and it's all the same. The music is fabulous, and the music helps us get through these times and helps us move forward. So I just wanted to say that it means so much to me that you guys do what you do.
That just, I mean, thank you for sharing that, because I think a lot of us artists are wanting to make sure that is what's the impact, because that's, you know, it's I mean, I look to music just like anyone else. I mean, I think I've listened to more music than I have in a really long time, because as a songwriter, if I listen to too much music, then it persuades how I write sometimes.
Right. I can get that.
I've got to be careful with that. But yeah, no, I think, I don't know if my level of awareness is just, you know, I don't know if just everything is more in focus. So how a lyric hits differently.
Yeah. So what do you listen to? I mean, do you find days that you want to listen to rock? Are there days where you want to just hear some older country, or maybe you want to check out a new artist, maybe some hip hop? I don't know. I mean, what do you like to listen to the most, or maybe?
You know, I've found myself listening to a lot of my peers.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are putting out music, and I've just been engulfed by it. And from Cam to Lindsay L, to Kaylee Hammock, just, you know, the new Dixie Chicks album. That's one of the albums I listen to when I'm feeding the creatures, the little mini babies. For some reason like that, you know, and so, so I'm just listening to a lot of my peers, because we all are so different that it doesn't, it's really exciting to be able to support them.
Right.
And also to be like so excited about so many artists, Mickey Guyton. I mean, just,
oh my gosh.
I'm just really excited, you know.
Yeah, Mickey, I met Mickey at St. Jude a bunch of years ago.
Yeah.
And just such a great, down to earth, beautiful voice. Just sincerely a great human being. And you know, she hasn't, at least from the radio standpoint, we haven't had much from her, if anything, lately. So I'm really looking forward to it.
She's got lots coming, and it's just really exciting to just, you know, watch it all. You know, one of my favorite songs over the course of this last, and I have played it a billion times. I listen to it all the time because it reminds me of Montana. It's Miranda's Bluebird.
Oh yeah.
And in Montana, on the road, this little gravel road that leads to our place there are all these little bird houses on the fence posts, and they're bluebirds. And it's so wild, like you know. So every time I hear that song, it's such a, you know, like, we're gonna figure this out, get through this kind of song, and it takes me back to Montana. Which I love. Now,
you know, I think Deb and I are both kind of curious. Tell us about the mini animals, the miniature animals.
Oh my God. Hold on.
You've mentioned it a bunch of times. So
okay. Well, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to even show you one of the things I did during quarantine, because I'm not very good at sitting still. So we created
look at the
storybook.
That is awesome.
So these are all our animals. And they all have country artist names. I'm gonna try to do this like Vanna White here.
Yeah.
This is Minnie. Oops, that's Minnie Pearl.
Okay.
She goes by Minnie P. She's our miniature donkey. Okay. And then her brother, oh yeah, it's going the opposite way. This is Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, it looks like Billy Ray.
And this is Toby Keith, our miniature Hereford steer. And he's a riot. And then Willie Nelson is, whoops, my fingers went. That's Willie Nelson. We got Waylon over here. We've got Dolly Parton is, of course, the white pony that looks like a little unicorn.
Gotcha.
And the little paint pony is Kenny Rogers right here.
Aww.
And those are all real creatures that, and we have little goats. We've got Justin Moore, Jake Owen, and Joe Diffie. And they all, and we have a sheep named Elvis, but he didn't make the coloring book because he wasn't here yet. And they, honestly, the idea behind it was to give kids the opportunity to come to the farm and have that interaction with animals. Because a lot of kids didn't grow up on a farm like I did. You know, they don't know, like, you know, and big cattle are terrifying to little kids, you know, they see like giant cows are like, what? So this is a way to really create an opportunity for, you know, our community to come and meet these animals and get to experience that. Well, then COVID hit. And so we weren't able to have people, right? And so we had our little Hey Y'all show where everyone was able to watch these little babies grow up. And then we just launched the coloring book August 2nd. And it's just an awesome collaboration that we did here on the farm. And these little animals are just, you know, they're just precious and they all have giant personalities and they're all tiny.
Now, is that coloring book available on your website?
It is. It's actually on our farm website,
which
is summerfieldfarms.com. And it's been really cool because we've been able to do little virtual performances for the children's hospitals.
You know, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. That is fabulous, Stephanie, what you're doing.
Really
but you don't have any giraffes, you don't have any camels, you got lions or tigers, nothing like that yet, right?
No, I am considering, like, I hope husband's not watching this right now. I'm considering.
We won't tell him.
No,
everyone who's watching, don't tell them. They have there are miniature llamas, like little miniature alpaca.
Oh, that would be cute.
But they spit. So I wonder if the little mini spit too. But if it's like a mini spit, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
I was at last Friday for one of our day trips with my son, my wife and son and I. We went to a place called Animal Adventure, and they had the mini llamas there. And somebody said, "Be careful, they spit." But
did they spit?
No, not at all. And the animals were so friendly. The camels, the giraffes, of course, a lot of exotic animals, but there was no issues at all. You could feed them; everything was fine.
It's really, it's an incredible experience, like the animal relationship. I mean, I just think that, you know, it's such a great thing for kids to get.
It is.
You know, informed and acclimated and be able to have that tactile experience, you know. And my little sheep, Elvis, well, I thought he was going to be miniature, but he is not. But he has a little heart-shaped patch on his side. And that little guy, man, he will come up to you and just hug you. It's just so precious. I hope you guys will have to come visit the farm at some point.
I am. Yeah, there's no doubt. I would love to see it. The farm is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
You are, right?
North Carolina. Yep.
Well,
wait, is North Carolina still on our list yet? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them just came off. I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah. No, it's not us.
Okay. So it was South.
We're still on. I think we're still on the list.
I'm in North Carolina on the second week in September.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So what's the name of your farm again for our viewers who didn't catch it the first time?
Our farm is Summerfield Farms.
Summerfield Farms.
That's cool. I love the coloring book too. That is just a neat thing that you've done. And when you talk about for the kids and the kids with disabilities, you take a child that has autism, put some animals around him, and you will be really surprised how it just calms them down. And just being able to pet the animal, being able to, you know, associate with that animal. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Animals are they just understand, and they have such a keen way of figuring out what's going on with us humans sometimes when we don't even know what we're going through. And it's been really a precious part of, you know, if I had been on the road, I wouldn't have been able to, you know, see as many of those experiences, and to be able to watch that and be a part of that, it's really cool. And I have to have purpose. I can't not, so to be able to have anything that I can do to give and share and try to, you know, make people happy and, you know, fill up some time with joy. That's a really wonderful thing.
Do you have any quail?
Okay. Funny story. So
I knew this was coming. All right. I'm ready.
Out of the blue, the husband was like, you know, we should get some quail, you know, and I'm like,
I used to raise quail. That's why I'm asking.
what kind of quail?
Bob white.
That's the kind he wants to get, are the Bob whites.
They're little. They're tiny, and the eggs are about the size of your thumb tip. That's how small they are when they're. Oh yeah.
I want also get the one that has like the little.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good.
Oh, I don't know why I did that.
You know, the ones that have the little feather, and yeah, I think they're just really cool. Well, it'll be called the flock of quail. I know that a group of quail is a covey. For all those that are watching and want to be like, it's not right. Yeah, but you know, we have a lot of hawks, so we've got to kind of navigate. We got some hawks and coyotes.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Yeah, you might come up missing an animal or two.
I mean, but how cool would it be if I had like a little quail bird like on my shoulder?
That would be cool. That would be cool. Or on that fake brick wall and behind you there. And do a little.
Don't look too closely. You'll see that my lines don't.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a great background. So
that is great.
Hey, I tell you what, sticker wallpaper. Who knew?
I was looking for stuff like that for my pod zone, but I've got my Montgomery Gentry hat. I've got my guitar. I've got, you know, my American flag and stuff like that. But I was looking for kind of like a brick background originally when I built the studio. So, hey, let's talk about your music a little bit more. Tell us, If I Was a Cowboy was the EP that came out in 2019. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, man. That song, you know, that song really set the stage for the EP. When I heard that song, it just, it was right back to how I grew up. And I always say my mom is the greatest cowboy I've ever known. And then as we started putting together the rest of the project, it just really all came into light. And it was really fun to be a writer with If I Was a Cowboy as like the foundation. So that song, you know, came to us and we just had to cut it. And then it was like, okay, what do I want to write that, you know, works in this world? And one of my favorite songs on the EP is Evel Knievel. And Evel Knievel, you know, Tori Toulier, Karen Gazowski, and I were all in Karen's studio together. And we're just trying to figure out what we're going to write about. And Karen had this really cool guitar loop going on. And I look over on the wall, kid you not, and she has an Evel Knievel poster. Well, Evel Knievel was from Butte, Montana.
Okay.
He was this wild daredevil, you know, and growing up, I mean, to me, it was like a superhero. It wasn't even a person, you know, it was just like, who is this person jumping over, you know, all these cars and all this stuff. And so we wrote that song that came out on the EP. And the first time we played it in Montana, his daughter was in the audience.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't know that we had this song and we didn't know that she was there.
Oh.
And it was one of those things that was just so wild, full circle, awesome, you know? And then we teamed up with Harley Davidson and we got to do a really cool video project with my mom. And, you know, she's been riding Harleys for 20 some years.
Oh, I love it.
She taught me how to ride horses and motorcycles. So we've covered all the horsepower.
Wow.
And so it's just been really cool to kind of watch, you know, how one song led to other songs that led to these really special memories. I mean, I have a video with my mom, you know, talking about the love of horses and horsepower and just having that memory, you know, not to mention it's with only, you know, Harley Davidson. It's pretty awesome.
It's amazing how it all comes together.
Yeah. And then we actually recorded the whole EP live from our place in Montana, and we put out the Montana sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time I'd ever recorded live like that in a room, you know, going back to what you're saying about when you're recording, you know, in different scenarios. And just was so much fun with just us musicians just collaborating and just doing a different version, you know.
You know what I like? You were mentioning different artists that you listen to. Every one of those was female, and we need more female artists. And they're coming out now. They're coming. We're getting more. I mean,
Lots.
I used to go nuts being a radio guy and a radio programmer, or even back before I was a programmer, but on the air when I was told you never play two females back to back, you know, that would drive me nuts. Why not? Why not? Why can't you play two females back to back?
I just think, you know, someone sometimes said something and then someone said, you know, it's just one of those things that like great music is great music.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
The thrilling part is about especially the, you know, from, you know, Lindsay and Cam, and I'm just so, the songs are tremendous.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're female.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
You know?
Yes.
And that's just that. I mean, I think what's been really great is I just want to listen to their music because I love their song.
I don't know if you've seen this or not, but there's a video on YouTube. My Sunday mornings, I come down here to my studio and I just go into YouTube and I just watch different music videos. And what caught my attention was Miranda Lambert, Maren Morris, Ashley McBride. Oh gosh, there were two other.
Tennille's in there too.
Fooled Around and Fell in Love, the old Evan Bishop song.
I think Tennille Towns, I think, is there, and then also Kaylee Hammock.
Yes, and it was just like, wow. And I played that over and over and over again. And what really got me about that song is they didn't change any of the words. You know, it's meant for a guy to sing, you know, around and fell in love and talks about the well, they kept it the same. And the harmonies and the music I get goosebumps talking about it. I get
that's when that came out, I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, imagine that room filled with so many tremendous voices.
It just blew me away. So that
Tennille Towns is another
so
you know, Tennille Towns too. She's extraordinary, and
what a voice!
So many great humans. I mean, I think that's the most fun of it, is that we all relate because we're all working our tails off.
But
and there's just this kindness and camaraderie, which is very, very awesome. And of course, Runaway June, who I've been
love them
for years. Their new song
is awesome. Blow you away. And you talk about all these female artists, and they're all unique in their own way. Nobody sounds like anybody like the other. They all have their unique sound, you included. It's amazing. It's amazing. Nobody, and I think that's a part of being successful, is being unique and having your own sound. You don't want to sound like anybody else. You want to be you. You want to be Stephanie Quayle.
Well, that's what I always found so fascinating when people would say, you know, oh, she sounds like so-and-so, she sounds like so-and-so. And I think we all, you know, it makes it easier for us to go, oh, she's like a this or she's like a that. But I've always loved the artists that are so identifiable. Like, you think of Wynona's voice, you know, it's unparalleled. You think of Bonnie Raitt, you think of Reba, you think of Shania. I mean, the list goes on and on. I had to throw Bonnie Raitt in there because she's one of my favorites.
I love Bonnie.
I love her. Love them all. Love them all.
Yeah, I know. Just keep going. You
just
had a great list. It's awesome. Let's talk about your latest single. Of course, Whatcha Drinkin Bout.
Yeah.
I love it. What you drinking about, girl?
What am I not drinking about?
I don't know.
This song, you know, this was one of those co-writes that I had never written with my co-writers before. So it was a first time co-write for the three of us. And I, you know, like, man, I just want everyone to be happy and like have fun. So I brought a 6-pack of Montucky beer and a bottle of whiskey. And I'm like, you know, we're going to have a great afternoon. And we're either going to come up with something or we're not. And and I really took the pressure off myself, mainly because I tend to put myself in a pressure cooker when it comes to collaborating and songwriting. And in this particular day, we've all of us have asked each other, like, who had it in their phone, but one of the guys had the title "What You Drinking About" in their phone, and I'm like,
that's it.
We have to. And what was so crazy was we didn't even know the magnitude of what we had just done, and we just were in it. It wasn't until we got to the studio that song just took on a new life, and we're like, oh, wait a second. Mm-hmm. And then watching the song at shows and watching people react for the first time, and they'd never heard it before. Wow. That was really cool.
Yeah. Had to blow you away. Something like when you see that reaction coming from, people that have never heard that before.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Completely. And it also helps you, especially as an artist and a writer, differentiate the good from the great. Mm-hmm. In my own set, in my own songwriting, in my own, feel like, because it just feels different.
Love it. What was the flavor of whiskey? Do you remember?
Oh, just straight up.
Jack Daniels, number 7.
God, what was it? That's a great question.
Jameson?
It was probably
Royal?
Jack, or it was a whiskey that we had called Cowboy.
There you go. That's all that matters.
And,
just call it Cowboy.
Very brand appropriate.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, I see you got the guitar in your hand.
Yeah.
Did you
want me to play you a little What You Drinkin Bout?
I'd love to hear a little Stephanie Quayle, What You Drinkin About.
I mean, we've got a few more minutes, don't we?
Oh, we got all the time in the world. I mean, we're in no hurry. I don't have to be to work till 10 tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
Animals might need to be fed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fortunately, we figured out that the electricity had gone out before I showed up in the dark, and then I would have been in deep trouble.
Oh yeah. Do the animals? You got lights on all night long out there, or do they?
So no, we have. I mean, sometimes we'll have the fans on if it gets really hot here. I mean, this humidity in the South is upper level.
Oh yeah.
But we usually leave on country music for them.
Yay.
There's a local radio station here in Greensboro called PAW, a 93.1 that plays What You Drinkin About. Mm-hmm. And so I just figure that my animals have to know all my music.
Absolutely.
We play the radio here, and it's very similar to what I did growing up in Montana. We had a little radio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A transistor radio back in the day.
It was, I mean, honest, it was probably this big, but in my mind, it was so big. Mm-hmm. And it was in the windowsill, and we just played country music all the time.
And David says, pick out the jams.
Oh, he's ready for What You Drinkin About. He should be singing along.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What You Drinkin About, I will shut up and sing.
There you go.
If my math is right, you're about 3 drinks in. Bar stool sitting with Jack and Jim, taking their advice. Under neon lights, looks like you could use a friend. What you drinking about? Boy, let's talk it out. Did you lose your one and only? Are you lonely? Should I get you another round? Slow the jukebox down, it's probably none of my business. I'm just thinking out loud, what you drinking about? No, I can't resist those tipsy, heartbroken guys. And I can't lie, I could stay here all night. Come allow us till last call. Baby, you can have them all. Tell me what's on your mind. What you drinking about? Boy, let's talk it out. Did you lose your one and only? Are you lonely? Should I get you another round? Slow the jukebox down, it's probably none of my business. I'm just thinking out loud, what you drinking about? So right here, there's this like super fun guitar solo. But I've been virtual, so it goes like this. What you drinking about? Boy, let's talk it out. Did you lose your one and only? What you drinking about? Boy, let's talk it out. Did Did you lose your one and only? Are you lonely? Should I get you another round? Slow the jukebox down. It's probably none of my business, but it's always our business.
Mhm.
I'm saying out loud, what you drinking about? What you drinking about?
There it is. Wow. What you drinking about? What you drinking about? I love it. It's a title that
Love it.
it'll stick.
Mhm.
It'll just and definitely good stuff. Definitely good.
Very catchy. Wait, so how long did it actually take you guys to write that song?
It was probably a couple of hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. Man,
Damn.
it didn't have to go back and edit. A lot of times we'll finish a song and then we'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where it takes multiple sessions. This was one of those, just perfect storms that as songwriters you live for when it all just
Yeah,
comes together.
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So fun.
So do you when you go out to the animals in the barn and the country music's playing and your song comes on, do you go, hey, Willie, that's me?
Yes. Freak out every time. It is so much fun. And I'll try to catch it on video too, because usually the animals have the most hilarious facial reactions just in general, that it's a great, especially the donkey. Minnie P loves to show her teeth. She's like, she's a riot. No, it's really fun. I play a lot of music for those little creatures. I just
You take
throw my
the
guitar
guitar.
on.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
if you take the guitar out and sit on a bale of hay, and
Yeah,
Hey,
my
it's
guitar's
real.
got a lot of barn dust on it right now.
that's all right.
But,
Makes it even more real, which is
It is. It kind of smells like the barn too, which I love.
the smell of fresh hay.
Yeah, it's like
Love it. Love it.
it's
Love
like
it.
hay and straw and
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to have horses, so that was one of my favorite
yeah.
smells.
Horses are the best.
Mhm.
I have a full-grown horse here too, which is a horse hug is like I have to get one of those every day. Yeah.
Now, when
So-
you're on the road, who takes care of all the animals?
Oh my God, you so read my mind. That was so funny. That's about the fourth time I'm keeping track tonight.
Yeah, we have an incredible she's like our all things animals. So she takes care of all the animals when I'm away. Pat, she's like our animal relations manager, because we're able to do really special little events, especially on the smaller scale through this time where we have different people that might have a need that we can connect them with the animals, which is awesome. So, and she's tremendous. She's like an animal whisperer.
Right.
Animal whisperer.
That's great. Somebody you can trust, and it's good to have somebody like that. No doubt. For somebody like you, who's, in most situations, except now, you'd be on the road a lot, and somebody's got to do it. So, somebody's got to do it. So, with all this pandemic and this quarantine and everything that we're all going through, it's been a few months now. Have you learned anything new out of this? Have you maybe picked up a new hobby, or have you been doing like maybe refinishing furniture or put a roof on a barn or something?
I mean, my brick wallpaper.
She wallpapered, yeah.
So when I was little, I used to have my little bow and arrow and practice archery on the farm, and I picked that back up, which has been really fun. I've got like a little target in the backyard.
Oh, wow.
And I practice. I'm a left-handed person. I play right-handed guitar, and I have a right-handed bow, which is really I'm more accurate right-handed, which is interesting. I know.
And I do everything left-handed, but I mean, I write left-handed, but I do everything else right-handed. If that makes sense.
It's really I haven't quite figured out all the things. Because we will be in one place for the most part this fall. I do have a few things that I want to learn how to do or get better at doing. So I know nothing about golf. I don't understand golf. I don't understand golf, and so I am going to learn
golf
so that I can learn and then make an accurate decision, because all I know how to do is drive the cart.
Yeah, I got my brother-in-law loves to play golf. And
well, Jen Wayne, Runaway June, she's a tremendous golfer. And she said, I'll take you out. I go, not until I'm ready to not embarrass myself.
Oh, I'm just afraid you hit a ball, then you got to chase it. Then you hit it again, you got to chase it. So I don't know.
I worry more that I'll go like Vince Gill on the golf course than that. I'm worried that I'll get because I've heard that he can get very intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very competitive, but I need to know the skill to then accurately decide, like, is this for me or not? Did
you play any sports like in high school or anything like that, or after school? Or
I was a track and field kid.
Oh, okay.
And soccer, and then my mom and I actually ended up coaching my little brother's team, soccer team. It was really fun. I tried to be on the football team, but my orthodontist would not let me because of my headgear. Yep, true story, friends. Rock some headgear. Yep. And
we've all done that growing up.
Worst. Like, I just tell you, like, anyhow, we could go into a whole tangent with orthodontics, but
that'll be the next chapter when we do have you on again.
That. And then obviously horses, all things farm, everything. And then what else did I do? I mean, I attempted probably volleyball but nothing, of any level of interest for anyone watching.
What is the foot wedge? What's David talking about here?
I have no idea.
Sorry, David. We don't know. We're not golfers. Goodbye.
David, we need some more information about that. I did start Kempo karate when I was 15.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so I would practice my nunchucks on the front yard.
I love it. Do you work out at all? I know you take care of the animals and get all that going on, but are you a regular person?
I mean, a farm is like the greatest workout in the history of the world. Because everything is a workout, but I love yoga and I love to run. That yoga is so that I can run, and running is just because I love to run.
You're gonna play another song for us?
Sure, love to.
All right.
What did he say? We still don't know. He just wrote LOL.
I know. Oh, you can see that. Yeah, I know. He's like, I have no idea what a foot wedge is because I don't golf. So LOL. Maybe he's just messing with us.
He's pretty great.
Oh, I love David. He's a good guy.
So Knievel is the song that I'll finish this up with. I love the message of this song, and I think sometimes I get asked, like, what's a go-to song for you to kind of reset? This is that song.
Okay.
Right. Say you got a dream, everybody got a dream. How are you gonna do it? It's easier to be living like you're asleep and never follow through it. How do you jump when you can't see the bottom? Playing the cards you don't know you got. Just one part crazy, one part leap of faith. Hey, to run like a wild horse, chasing that sun, even if you're all out of breath. Aiming your arrow straight for the stars, even if you can't see them yet. Ain't no one born with nerves of steel. Sometimes you gotta take your hands off the wheel to fly like an eagle, like Eagle Knievel. You say you got a heart, nobody got a heart that hasn't been torn up. It takes a little risk, may even wanna quit, but it's all a part of all the mountains, valleys, roller coasters. Pull you in, then push you over. Find your wings on the way down. Yeah, you learn how to run like a wild horse, chasing that sun, even if you're all out of breath. Aiming your arrow straight for the stars, even if you can't see them yet. Ain't no one born with nerves of steel. Sometimes we gotta take our hands off the wheel to fly like an eagle, like like Evel Knievel. Tis one part crazy, one part leap of faith. But even if you're going down in flames, run like a wild horse. Hear me your arrow. Run like a wild horse, chasing that sun, even if you're all out of breath. Aiming your arrow straight for the stars, even if you can't see them yet. Ain't no one born with nerves of steel. Sometimes we gotta take our hands off the wheel to fly like an eagle, like Evel Knievel, like Evel Knievel.
Stephanie Quayle. Wow.
I can't wait to get back to live music.
I know. Now I'm just itching. I'm just itching to come and see you play somewhere because hopefully sooner than later we're going to be able to do that. And,
yeah, I have even considered making a full bubble suit. Like a little headset inside the bubble.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, all those NBA guys playing inside the bubble, they're doing all right. Nobody's had a problem, but the baseball guys that have been out and about, of course, they've got issues. So
that's man. I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Hopefully we can get through this. Hey, there is something good that came out of this, though. The Girl Scouts are coming out with a new cookie flavor. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a true story.
This is important. I'm sorry. This is, and it was in our show prep today. It says the little things. The Girl Scouts have announced that they're releasing a new cookie flavor in 2021. It's called Toast Yay. I'm serious. It's called Toast Yay. Get this. It's a French toast flavored cookie, iced with maple syrup flavoring.
Oh, way too much sugar for me.
Wow.
They'll all be running around on sugar highs.
That sounds good. Cookies are already available in select markets, and we'll go nationwide in January. So I'm just saying.
Wow.
I just wanted to pass that along because I'm a big cookie fanatic. So.
Yeah, I get that. And it's pretty great when you find like a couple in the freezer that you forgot about.
Like Thin Mints. Have you?
Yeah, on ice cream. Or also
God.
the ones with like the coconut and the chocolate.
Oh, my Lord. All right.
Pretty much, I have to stay away from the Girl Scouts because I will, like, if they're watching right now and I
think they understand because they are.
They will sell me so many cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. We stock the freezer as well. My wife always, when it comes time, it's like, okay, who's got the cookies? Let's go. And
we put them in the freezer thinking we're not going to find them. We know they're in there.
We know they're there.
Well, hold on now. For Stephanie, it's easy. For you, it's easy because you could probably just go run an extra mile and it's not a problem. For us, we might have to work a lot harder to burn off that cookie.
Now listen, we all are in COVID pants, okay?
Yeah, we are.
We're all rocking our COVID boots.
You are right. I know.
I'm just telling you, I got the quarantine 15 going. So
I got a guitar. It's like this is the greatest
cover up.
Yeah.
I love it. Stephanie, you've been great. God, it's such an honor to talk to you. One of the leading female artists with the CMTs and all that and everything that you've done. It's just amazing. It's amazing that you took the time to chat with us here tonight. I know you do, even though we are in a quarantine, there's still a lot going on in your life. You got all those animals to take care of and you got a husband to take care of. You got, just so much going on. You do go to Nashville still on occasion to get things done. But basically you're not doing anything else though, right? I mean, do you have a side hustle at all or anything?
Not that I know of.
Well, you would know if you did.
But we've been recording new music too, which has been really wild. Like from this very room, I've been we'll have virtual. We've had different members of different musicians in different houses, and here all in Nashville, and that's been really cool. So I'm excited to.
I can't wait to hear it.
Share the new music.
Yeah, you're gonna go far, Stephanie. You're gonna go far. You're still young enough, and you've got it all. I mean, you're only in your 20s, so go for it, girl.
I'm forever in my 20s.
Yes. My brain is in my 20s. My body's not.
You guys are precious. Thank you for having me.
You're precious as well.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. And of course, what you're drinking about, you can hear it here in Syracuse as well. And I know David Shaw likes to hear that. So
thank you for supporting all of my songs.
Absolutely.
Because, it's
absolutely.
I don't take it for granted ever. And we've been there from the beginning, and it means the world to me. And we have some really fun memories along the way.
Yeah, we do. Always. And we'd love to get you back up here, or we'll be down there. I know, we don't know what's going to go on with the country radio seminar yet or anything like that. So all that's up in the air. We filled out we did a survey thing. Deb and I both took part in that. When was it, yesterday or the day before?
A couple days ago, for CRS.
Yeah. So, waiting to see what they're going to do. But hopefully our paths will cross somewhere soon, somehow. I will be in the I'll be in the Outer Banks in September, the second week in September.
Maybe.
I believe.
He's hoping.
Well, let me know where if you end up going through, if you take a little detour through Greensboro.
Yeah, we you never know. Let me put it that way, because I could have a lot of time on my hands. So yeah, chances are we would. So, and then again, we'll see how it all plays out on our end. But right now, I'm counting on going. Fingers are crossed. So, all right, Stephanie, awesome. Hey, we're going to sign off, but we do want to thank you for joining us again. If somebody wants to find out about your music, there must be a website.
Yes, stephaniequayle.com, and then of course all social media everywhere.
Okay, and how about the farm website again? If somebody
yes. Summerfieldfarms.com.
Summerfield. All right. Very cool. Stephanie Quayle, thank you again. Stay right there when we sign off. And we want to talk to you with the mics off for a moment. And hang on. Thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.